This is now the Athlete of the Week, and it's brought to you by Diamond Point and Sauk Centre here on Midmnsports. And with us today, the two seniors on the girls' basketball team for Sauk Centre. This is Maddie Middendorf and Miranda Middendorf. I'd like to talk about your families first, okay, to get all the Middendorf straight. And what is your family?
My mom and dad are Jeff and Wendy, and I have an older brother, Austin.
And my mom and dad are Chris and Shanna, and I have two sisters, Haley Middendorf, she's also on the team, and Brianna Middendorf.
Okay. So, and how were you related then?
We're like third cousins.
Our dads are first cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't comprehend that. I need the Middendorf tree.
Our grandpas are brothers.
Yeah.
That kind of sums it up, I guess,
Okay, all right. So let me get it straight again now. Your sister is who?
Haley Middendorf.
Haley. And then you have a sister?
Brother.
Oh, okay.
Austin, who's older than me. He's graduated.
All right. Then what is Jackie?
Another cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had them straight. All right. Tell us about two that, what else are you involved in school?
I'm just in basketball and captains and leaders.
And I'm just in basketball and volleyball.
Okay. You know, one of the things that when you talk about captains and leaders, that seems to come up a lot these days with being a good teammate and all that kind of stuff. And I know that Coach Bergman really, he emphasizes that quite a bit, right? Can you explain to me what does it mean to you, being a senior now, to be a good teammate?
Well, it's really important to be a good teammate, especially when you're a senior, because you're like an example to all of the younger girls, and just being a good leader to everyone. Pick the team up.
Mm-hmm.
I think it makes the season more fun. It makes it more fun.
Okay. Because did you see that on volleyball then too, when you played?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And just being the only two seniors on the team now this year, when did you start playing basketball?
We've both been in it for like as long as you can be in it.
I think we started with like the kindergarten, like you'd go in with the balls like this big.
Mm-hmm. And obviously there were more than two, right? Back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people quit throughout the years.
Well, and through the years, so then let me ask you, what made you keep on going?
We just both have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like it a lot.
I like spending it with her.
Me too.
Mostly.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite part of the team, is being with Maddie all the time.
Me too.
Well, why would that be?
Because we're just best friends. I don't know. We just always have a good time.
You know, because as I see you play now, and again, the starters on the team are all juniors, and you're the only seniors. How do you handle that in a sense that you go into practice or you even start the season, and when you walk out on the floor, there's a lot of competition to begin with, right?
Yeah.
So what is your mindset with all of that?
Make them better while having fun, like with each other, as much as we can.
But now, again, everybody wants to play more. Do you, you know, does that get you down or what?
Not really, actually. I think we like accept our roles and know our roles and just support all the other girls.
Mm-hmm. So as you mentioned that, is that something that the coaches talk to you about?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot in captains and leaders too, like knowing your role is really important.
Mm-hmm. So how would you describe your role then on this basketball team?
Well, coming off the bench and just trying to keep the energy up and hit shots if I'm open.
Good catch by Miranda Middendorf. And the three is good for Maddie Middendorf.
And you, Miranda?
Same thing, coming off the bench, keeping the energy up. On the bench, keeping the energy up. And then when I go in, just be positive and don't be slow and groggy just because you were sitting on the bench earlier in the game.
Sauk Centre to our right. Jackie Middendorf to Tori Peschel, faking, driving, getting close, lost the ball, but it came over to Middendorf, who hits a three. Miranda Middendorf comes in off the bench. Her first shot, a three, is in.
I would imagine, too, since you've been around basketball a long time, you've seen a lot of players come through here, a lot of state tournaments, right? Mm-hmm. So as you think back when you were growing up, who are some of the players that you watched that you thought, I like that and that's how I want to be? Who are some of those players and why did you think like that?
When I was really little, I loved watching Maren Greenwald. I just thought that she was a really good player and she was a good shooter. And she was tiny, but she still played really well. So, yeah.
I think My most influential player has been Mason Thiessen, just because we were close friends and because she's such a good player and a teammate. Like, she's not high on herself, but yet she knows she's good, but she doesn't act like it.
Same with volleyball then too, through the years. Who did you watch?
Volleyball, I looked up to Brianne Gritz because she started off her senior season. Well, she started off her junior season, and it wasn't looking out for her the best. But then in her senior season, she worked really hard over the summer, and her senior season was really, really good for her.
You know, too, with volleyball, as I watch you play, you've really developed through the years. Can you talk about when you, back whatever, say 3 years ago, with what you were doing and how you improved yourself as a volleyball player?
Yeah. When I was younger, I played more left side, and when I was really, really little, I would play middle and then right side because I just wasn't quite, I was taller than everybody, but I wasn't fast on defense. So then when I got older, I got faster and more athletic, so then I would play left side. And then in my senior season, we needed a middle player, and they could have either switched up the whole lineup or put me in just the middle for the missing players. And so he put me in the middle, and I used my athleticism from being a left side to get from side to side, and my height was a disadvantage, but I just used my athleticism again as for jumping and blocking. And you did really well. You had a very good season. Do you agree as you watched her play?
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah. You know, because too, let me ask you this, say volleyball and even basketball, did the coaches kind of break it down to where keep it as simple as possible? Are those some of the things that, say, like volleyball? What were your responsibilities out there?
Well, I was a senior, so leading, being a good teammate. But Jim told me right when I started playing, blocking and serving was all you had to do, and if you did that, we'd be fine. And I did it.
Peschel serving, Corton up front with Miranda Mindorf and Paige Swinghammer. The serve is deep. Passed back up. They go outside. Here's a hit by Halloran. Blocked down to the floor, though, by Sauk Center. Miranda Mindorf was right there.
Can we talk more about your serving? Because I will say this. I watch a lot of volleyball players, and you have maybe the best serve I've seen. Just the fundamentals, the technical aspects of it all. Can you take us through what do you do when you get the ball to serve? Tell me about the steps and where you throw the ball and what you're looking at.
I have a tendency to get really anxious, so every time I'd get the ball, I would look at Jim and he'd tell me to breathe, and then I'd go to the line and make sure I was far back enough because I have such a big approach, and then I would throw it as high as I could and jump as high as I could and just hit it as hard as I could.
When he gives you a signal, are you trying to hit spots?
He did not have me hit spots because of but just my serve was better. He said just put it where you put it, just because it would always go from side to side. So he just said serve it away from the libero, and I could do that, or he'd say right side or left side of the court, and I could do that too. Did
you feel as you got older and stronger that you were just jumping higher then?
Yes, and it helped a lot because I remember one practice I stayed after and just worked on my float serve, so I could serve deep with a float serve, or I could serve it without a float serve, and I also have the ability to serve it short, which helped, but he liked my deep serve, so I mainly stuck with that throughout the season.
And as I watch Sauk Center volleyball, everybody is jump serving, right, or a good hard serve, right? As compared to the other teams, what kind of an advantage is that to be able to jump serve like that?
It gives you, instead of the ball, when you're standing and serving, if you're good enough at it, obviously like Nicole Corton, she had a really good standing serve, but where other girls, if you can jump and serve, you can, he gives it more of the perspective of going down instead of straight over the net, so
yeah. Now, do you try to hit a top spin?
No, only a couple girls. We focus on float serves mostly.
Yeah, okay. Now, again, it's not going to be 100%, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you go through that little, you're missing. So what do you tell yourself to get back on track?
If I miss, it's either because I'm foot faulting or I'm just hitting the top of the net and it's coming back down on my side. So maybe for the next couple serves I'll stand, and then once I get back on track I'll start jumping again.
I would imagine too, it's got to be a good feeling when you get on a roll and you get a bunch of aces and you're serving a lot in a row. What does that feel like?
It feels good just to get the team ahead a couple points, so if we're in a hole, we can either even it up or we can make the other team in a hole, which is always good to get a lead. And I guess since that was my role, it made me feel a little bit better and more confident with serving too, so I could serve it harder every time I served it.
Now, what about you with volleyball? Didn't play, or what was the deal?
I did until like 7th grade, but I've always liked watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to watch.
You know, maybe this is an impossible question to answer in a sense that let's just take Sauk Center girls basketball. What is it about Sauk Center girls basketball that makes it so good? You've grown up through this whole program. What's the deal there?
I think it's our work.
Work ethic.
Yeah, work ethic.
Yeah.
Yep. And our defense is #1 priority, and our
Team chemistry.
Yep, team chemistry has always been good too. He always makes sure that there's no drama, there's no, like he really gets on us about being lazy, and if we are lazy, he lets us know.
Being captains, leaders, and too, when you talk about drama, because every team, no matter what the sport, you got something going on, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that then?
Well, in Captains and Leaders, they talked about like confronting the person and like telling them that they need to just drop that, and when you're on the court, you just need to get along, even if off the court there's other things going on.
All right, so now you're seniors and you're going to graduate here. Then what?
Like our future plans?
Yeah.
Oh, I plan to go to the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, and I'll possibly play volleyball there to have an extra, like, to get into medical school, you have to have a lot of, like, variety in what you're doing at school, so I might do that, but it's kind of a long shot because I'm only so tall, so, yeah.
Well, yeah, but you can play. You showed that this last year, don't you think so?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. How did you choose on out there?
It was mostly the volleyball. I was maybe gonna go I was considering Winona, but to play volleyball there, they're a D2 school, so it'd have been a lot harder to get into the program there.
And so when you talk about medical school and things, what do you plan on doing?
I want to be an anesthesiologist in the long run, so it'll be after medical school, it'll be like internships until you're finally just have the doctorate degree.
Okay. It's kind of a long road, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Like how long?
Like 12 years if you haven't had any credits coming out of high school.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck with that.
Thanks.
All right. And what about you?
I'm going to major in elementary education, and I'm deciding between Moorhead and UMD.
And what takes you down that path?
I just like kids a lot, and teaching just like kind of combines a lot of things that I like, so.
All right, so as you hear each other talk, and I'm sure you've talked about this before, think she can do that?
Yeah, I've already told her that. I think she can.
Okay.
Do it. Volleyball.
In the medical field though too,
and
right?
that too, both, yeah.
And what do you think about her being a teacher? Can she do that?
Yeah.
Good.
Good deal. All right, well, good luck to you, and thanks for being with us today, okay?
Thank you.
All right, that is Maddie Middendorf and Miranda Middendorf as our Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Diamond Points and Sauk Center here on Mid-Minnesota Sports.